Hello everyone, and welcome to the What's New in DraftSight 2022 session at 3D Experience World. Thank you very much for joining us today. Today, we have two presenters. My name is Alex Timofeev, and I am a Director for 3D Experience and DraftSight Business Development at Dassault Systèmes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone out there. My name is Anil Kamble, and I work as an worldwide industry process expert specialist for DraftSight application at Dassault Systèmes.
To get started, I would like to give you a brief overview of DraftSight. DraftSight is a professional 2D and 3D DWG design and drafting solution. It's a very mature solution, serving a worldwide market since 2011. And I'm delighted to say that we have over 200,000 satisfied clients worldwide. One of the advantages that I always like to highlight with DraftSight is that it has a very minimal learning curve. So if you're a new user, just learning CAD applications, or whether you have years of industry experience, you can get started with DraftSight very quickly and easily. Another benefit of DraftSight is that it has a variety of flexible licensing options. Whether you work for a very small company or a large enterprise, there is a licensing option of DraftSight for you. Let's take one more moment to dive a little bit deeper into DraftSight. DraftSight is a DWG native CAD application, which allows you to work with any kind of 2D as well as some 3D drawings. You can work with DWG, DXF, DGN, PDF, and many other file formats in DraftSight. DraftSight has a very familiar user interface, so if you've worked with other CAD applications, you can get started very easily in DraftSight. Also, a lot of the commands that you already know work in DraftSight without having to relearn those commands. DraftSight is a truly global product, which is localized in 14 languages and has support for a variety of regional and international drawing standards. If you have a lot of existing content, for example, symbol libraries, dynamic blocks, legacy data, you can import that all inside of DraftSight and get started without any issues. Anil will show us in the demo in just a moment how we can work with both dynamic blocks as well as an exciting new introduction to DraftSight, custom blocks. As I mentioned, DraftSight does have a very familiar user interface, but it's not just familiar, it's also highly customizable. You can configure all of the task panes, ribbons, toolbars to your liking, so that you can work in a very productive and efficient manner. Additionally, all versions of DraftSight come with access to the API. So let's briefly talk about the API. The API allows you to leverage all of the elements, features, and functions that exist inside of DraftSight. The API is forwards compatible. So if you create customizations, routines inside of DraftSight using the APIs, you're guaranteed to use them in future releases as well. For those who are programming their customizations, DraftSight does support a variety of programming languages. Just to name a few, C#, .NET, Visual Basic, and of course, Lisp. You can also create automations and customizations as well as run existing routines. And there are ways to do this without requiring any coding experience. The last thing that I would like to mention is that DraftSight is not just one product. It's an entire portfolio of solutions to meet your needs. There is the 2D version of DraftSight, Professional or Enterprise, which has all of the essential design and drafting tools, as well as some unique features like smart dimensioning, support for Lisp, and as I mentioned, the APIs are available in every version of DraftSight. If you're looking for more advanced capabilities, there's the 2D and 3D versions of DraftSight, Premium and Enterprise Plus. They come with all of the industry standard features and functions you'd expect, as well as some additional capabilities like bulk PDF import, custom blocks, and some of the other great features that Anil is going to show in the demo. And then we come to the newest addition to the DraftSight portfolio, 3D Experience DraftSight. 3D Experience DraftSight gives you the capability to do all of the common design, documentation, and editing work that you're used to doing in a CAD application. But it allows you to also connect to an entire ecosystem of solutions like data management, file sharing, structured and unstructured collaboration, project management, and so much more in one single ecosystem called the 3D Experience platform. And with that, let's jump into the best part of our presentation today, the demonstration. Anil, over to you.
Thank you, Alex. Let me begin demo by thanking all of the million DraftSight users out there for choosing DraftSight as their trusted tool for creating .dwg drawing files, helping us to make DraftSight much stronger and better every year by giving us their valuable feedback and suggestion through beta testing, posting on communities, and many more. It's you who have always kept the fire burning in us to make things better and challenge our status quo. Resulted DraftSight to be more prominent and promising every year. Today we will see improvement journey of DraftSight from the year 2019 to 2022. We will see how your suggestions and feedback made DraftSight stronger every year. During presentation, we will show you our commitment to DraftSight future-proof roadmap. Now the features we will be highlighting today during our presentation are dark mode interface of DraftSight, few useful commands like auto dimension and spline command enhancements, custom blocks, whole new functionality to make your block intelligent and dynamic. We will see how effectively we can convert raster images to vector geometries with the help of features like image tracer and topo tracer. We will also see what all commands we have to effectively utilize drawing PDF files in our daily work. Sheet set managers, which help to organize, manage drawing sheets and collaboratively work with team on a project. Last but not least, we will see DraftSight support to visual list file. So let's get started. Now the CAD application that you see on my screen is DraftSight 2022 with dark mode user interface. Now if you question what benefit does it brings, well, it reduces blue light exposure and help with eye strain that comes with prolonged screen time. And we as an engineer or a draftsman work for several hours in front of screen. Dark mode also help to improve our focus while working on drawings. To switch to light mode user interface, just right click the ribbon area and select switch UI style. Now we need to restart application to take effect. Spline command enhancements. Now we can create smooth curves with splines by defining either fit points or with control vertices. Spline creates curves called non-uniform rational B-spline or nerves, referred spline for simplicity. The example highlighted shows use of spline command to create landscape space around auditorium. To make changes to existing spline, we can stretch vertex, add vertex, or remove vertex for that matter. The control frame provides a convenient method to shape the spline. Adjusting the shape of spline by moving control vertices often provides better results than moving fit points. Now we can use both fit and control vertices options as per our convenience and need. Auto dimensions and dimensional capabilities of DraftSight. Dimensions are the utmost important when it comes to defining a geometry, and DraftSight has the right toolset to define a geometry. Auto dimension command in DraftSight assists us to automatically create baseline, continuli, and ordinate dimensions. Just bind the selected entities and leave the rest to auto dimension functionality of DraftSight. It will auto specify the origin and dimensions auto selected entities based on its type. Auto dimension panel at right hand side also allows us to manually specify the selections and guide functionality for dimensions the entities. We can bind many more entities, append them, and auto dimensions them. Select the dimensions and auto arrange them with just a single click. Dimension settings in options help us to specify dimension, snap offset distances, and many more. Now once the dimensions are in place, we can add tolerance fit, precisions, and many more with handy contextual menu, and then save them as a favorite template. Custom block. We can now edit the existing dynamic block within the drawing and reuse them without compromising on any data loss. Now when try to edit dynamic block, DraftSight asks what you would like to do with the dynamic block, whether you would like to edit block losing its original definition, allowing to create new block definition, or you would like to convert DraftSight custom blocks which contains all original definition on which you can modify or add our own block definitions. The block editor is a dedicated block authoring environment that let you create and modify block geometry, attributes and parameters, actions and constraints. It contains the tools to add dynamic capabilities to block definitions. We can test the block and save block as custom block of DraftSight. DraftSight custom block functionality gives us flexibility to work upon existing dynamic block or create our own intelligent block. Custom blocks functionality comes with DraftSight Premium 2022. Raster images to vector geometries. Now when it comes to convert images into vector format, DraftSight has some really useful tools. like image tracer. Now image tracer let us convert raster images in .bmp, .png and .jpeg format to vector format. The images can be architectural planes, floor planes, logos and curved images. The tool generates lines, arcs, polylines and curves from the vectorized images and place this object to the DraftSight active layer. We can use the object as resource in your drawing. Image Tracer provides preset profile optimized for these types of images. We can customize these profiles or create our own. Profile can save out our lot of time if you are converting several images with the same characteristics. The tool is made up of two tabs. The basic tab lets you adjust the transparency, brightness or contrast in the image, convert the geometry entities to vector format. If you want to further enhance edges or curves, we can apply settings in the Advanced tab. Topo Tracers. Topo Tracer, on other hand, creates a 3D landscape relief in a drawing by tracing a 2D topographic image and generating a 3D mesh, surface or a solid. We can start by attaching a topographic image to a drawing and selecting an area to trace. We can use the auto trace feature to trace the contour lines automatically or trace each line manually. We can split lines and join the end point of two lines to create a continuous line. The height scale options let you specify the relationship between the height of contour lines in the 2D images and the DraftSight units that are used in the drawing. Now when finished tracing all lines and assign elevations, you can generate polygon mesh, face or solid 3D landscape reliefs. Now DraftSight can import, export and attach PDF files. We can insert content from PDF file as a block in a drawing. The options allow us to specify preferences for converting PDFs. We can insert all or selected pages from a multiple page PDF document. DraftSight converts vectors in the PDF file to drawing entities such as lines, circles, ellipse and splines, text lines in the PDF to the text entities using the fonts embedded in the PDF file provided on our computer. Raster graphics in the PDF file to image files on the hard disk. The images are referenced as images in the drawing where you import the PDF file. We can attach PDF as reference to current drawing and further utilize it for our work. PDF export functionality gives us more options to how we would like to export PDF files. Sheetset Manager. Now Sheetset Manager is available in DraftSight 2021 and newer version. Sheetset Manager let us create, organize and manage drawing sheets within a drawing sheet set. With the Sheetset Manager, we can manage drawings as sheet set. The panel that you see on right hand of screen is Sheet Set Manager panel. Sheets can be arranged into collection called subsets. Sheet subsets are often associated with disciplines such as architecture or mechanical design. Like for an example that you see on my screen, we can renumber or reorder them in tree view. After we have organized drawings into a sheet set, we can publish, transmit, and archive the sheet set as a package. We can batch publish sheets to PDF either normal or reverse order. We can also publish sheets to DWF and DWFX files. Now those DWF files can be then further be used to add markups and review the drawings. We can create the name selection set, which then can be recalled to perform operations like publish or plot. DraftSight 2022 provides us an ability to create customized summary table based on the sheet sets. We can then use this table to quickly access sheets in the list. Pack and go functionality. Let us consolidate the sheet set and share among stakeholders hassle-free. We can also use sheet set in a team that can involve network access, internet collaboration, and email transmitter. The team can also include people who use software that does not include sheet set manager. Work in the team that uses sheet set manager. Visual list support in DraftSight. DraftSight suits the need of technically skilled people. List provides a complex tool to enhance the power of your application in many ways. The list programming language allows us to add functions and routines tailored to your individual needs. DraftSight now also support visual lists and can interpret them. DraftSight 2022 has removed all the barrier of transition from AutoCAD. With advanced tools like custom blocks, image tracer, topo tracer, and with wide breadth support to programming language, DraftSight has opened doors for new possibilities. With this, I end my presentation. I hope you like the demonstration and will make DraftSight as part of your work. Thank you. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Anil. That was an absolutely wonderful overview and demonstration. Dark mode is an absolutely fabulous addition to DraftSight 2022 and one that I use every day whenever I launch DraftSight. So, to conclude our session for today, I would like to briefly cover some of the resources where you can learn more about DraftSight. First, while you're here at 3D Experience World, please join some of the other sessions talking about DraftSight, 3D Experience DraftSight, CAD administration, and so much more. Additionally, this Wednesday on February 9th, there will be a meetup where you can talk to a panel of industry and DraftSight experts and ask any questions that you have about DraftSight. Also, please join the Swim community for DraftSight. If you go to swim.3ds.com, you will see a public community called DraftSight, where you can interact with fellow users as well as connect with the DraftSight team. Please don't hesitate to post your questions and we'll be happy to talk to you there. Two other resources that I would like to highlight is DraftSight.com, where you can learn all about the DraftSight portfolio, as well as find data sheets, product videos, demo content, and support resources. and specifically for 3D Experience DraftSight, please visit 2dcad.com. Another great resource is the DraftSight YouTube channel, and specifically the DraftSight Learning Journey playlist. This is a wonderful set of content which consists of 100 videos that show each of the different features and functions of DraftSight and how they work in a very short 1 to 2 minute video. For all of the DraftSight users today, if you ever have any questions about a feature while you're working inside of DraftSight, I highly encourage you to look at the in-product help link. This documentation is extensive and very detailed, covering how all the different features work inside of DraftSight. And all of this content is localized, so no matter which language you're using DraftSight in, the documentation is accessible to all of you. And with that, I'd like to again thank you very much for joining our session here today. Have a wonderful time at 3D Experience World, and I look forward to seeing you at the DraftSight meetup. Thank you.